Hey guys, we're opening up this live from the beautiful Pittville Park here in Cheltenham. It's a really nice sunny day. If you didn't see yesterday, I'm Jade, I'm a journalism student here at the uni.
I'm Joe, I'm a sports strength and conditioning student.
And my name's Zosie and I'm an animation student. So like Jade said, we are in Pittville Park at the moment. It is one of the most beautiful green spaces in Cheltenham. And what we're going to do, we're going to walk up towards our Pittville student accommodation. So that's our student village, and give you a little tour around there.
Yeah, any questions that you have as we go along, drop them in the comments.
Yep, let us know guys. Let's go.
So Pittville Park is based pretty much in between, smack bang in between town centre and our student accommodation. So all the students that are lucky enough to be in Pittville accommodation will actually walk through this park on their way to town, to the campuses as well. So this is really close to FCH and to Hardwick as well. It's amazing. Just take a look around, just drink it in.
Yep, let's take it in.
Beautiful.
So girls, obviously you two are both students in Cheltenham.
Yeah.
How often would you say you came to this park then?
I love to come here to draw. So like I said, I'm an animation student. I was very lucky this beginning of this year to get an iPad, and it's one of those iPads that you can draw on. So I absolutely love finding a little bench, snuggling up with a little blanket, even in the colder seasons, and just doodling.
Yeah.
It's a really nice open space to just come and have picnics and just chill out with your friends. It's something that you can do for free. Just sit in a park like
free,
this.
saving money.
Exactly, student budgets. So yeah, no, it's definitely a really nice space that you should make full use of when you come.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other green spaces are there in Cheltenham?
So we have there's Letcampton Hill is one of them, Crickley Hill is another one, Cleve Hill is another one, Imperial Gardens. What is the other one that's next to Imperial Gardens?
I think it's Montpellier Gardens.
Montpellier Gardens.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's good about Cheltenham, is that you get kind of all the shops and things like that we showed you yesterday if you watched that. But you also get all these beautiful parks, which means you get a great country feel and you can escape all the shops and your halls and things like that, and just come and sit out here.
Yeah.
So you love Stamford Park as well, don't you, because of the Lido?
I
Stamford
do,
Park
yeah.
Lido.
Yeah, absolutely love it, especially when the weather's like this today as well, guys. You know what I mean? Beautiful weather, so yeah, nothing better than an outdoor swim. But
That's how many parks there are in Cheltenham. You forget one.
Yeah.
I know.
Stamford Park, obviously.
Isn't that also heated in the winter?
It is, yeah.
So you can go in it in the winter too.
Well, yeah. But obviously we were speaking about the Christmas Eve swim, weren't we? So
Yeah, exactly.
If you're brave enough.
if you're brave enough, yes.
Yeah.
So this kind of space, I don't know if you want to pan around here, Leslie, just so you can really get an idea of how much green spaces there are. So this kind of area is always full of students during term time, because it's right on your doorstep. You're going to see how close we are to the Pittville Student Village. So in summer, a lot of students will come down, grab a picnic blanket, grab a picnic, maybe a football, frisbee, whatever, and make the best of this amazing green space.
There's often ice cream vans here as well, and everyone loves ice cream.
Bit of ice
So-
cream.
Yeah, and the little shops, the little cafe
Yes,
shops.
exactly.
So there's another section of Pittville Park as well, just over that way. And there's a lake, and there's this little cute little cozy boathouse cafe. So it's called the Boathouse Cafe, and you can sit by the lake. You can have a cup of tea. Apparently, you can even hire out one of the boats as well, which is really cool.
Oh, some music.
Lots of
Being played for us now. Live music, guys. Excellent. Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
So we're
outstanding.
just coming up to Pittville Pump Rooms.
Yeah, as you'll see now.
Sophie, you said you've been before, have you?
I haven't been inside for an event, but I would love to. I know that there are loads of events that happen. I don't know what the most recent ones are. I know that Chantal, our manager, actually did
Big up, Chantal.
I think a sort of like a conference kind of thing in there, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there was a masquerade ball that happened at Christmas time, which I really wanted to go to. I was like trying to figure out a way that I could make that happen, but it didn't happen.
Did not happen. No.
Maybe this year.
Maybe this year, yes.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm wondering, with all this green space and stuff, what sort of sports gear you'd recommend people bring with them when they pack for uni?
Sports gear, yeah. So as the girls mentioned, obviously we're not that far from Pittville Village and obviously city centre. So I know, as I mentioned yesterday in my Cheltenham video, obviously you can travel a lot through bus and stuff like that, but honestly guys, it's just so nice. Just a nice morning walk, nice stroll, as we're doing now. Do you know what I mean? We're not driving to the Pittville Village, we're walking there. So yeah, just make sure you bring your trainers and stuff. Lots of fitness wear. Get your earphones in, you don't want to forget your music while you're going for a run.
Going for a run, yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to say that there's Cheltenham Half Marathon. Is that what you do?
There is, yeah.
Cheltenham Half Marathon, September 30th.
Yep.
I'm going to be running it. If you want to join me, come along.
Nice.
And this is a really nice area to train. So, you know, what's more motivational?
Yeah.
No, bring a rugby
Is
ball.
that Leckhampton Hill in the back? We said.
Ooh,
So again, sorry, that's one of the other green spaces that we mentioned in Cheltenham.
We've got a great question.
Oh my goodness. Okay. How many ducks are in Pittville Park? I'd say exactly.
How many have we seen?
78.
Probably more than that. Plus like 3 swans.
Yeah.
Probably more swans.
George, the swan.
George just won. But there's loads. It's not just ducks. There's loads and loads of cute birds. There's these birds that are black that have these big green feet that are kind of creepy. They look like spiders to me. But yeah, there's loads and loads of different wildlife here. Loads of squirrels as well, which I love.
We're encouraging more of you to bring your bikes as well, and we'll show you there's places to put your bikes at the Pittville Student Village. But this is a great place to cycle around, and also Cheltenham's really easy to get around in your bike. There's cycle lanes and things like that. So definitely bring your bikes. Yeah. More of you.
Do you know if there's any like sporting events, you girls? Would you say in the parks? Is there any like? Because I know the touch rugby happens near Park campus.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So you've got the touch rugby. Is there any more events you're aware of?
The only thing that I would know, because I like to run, so park run. So park run happens Saturday, 9 a.m. which I used to think was really early in my first year. I was like, I have to be at 9 a.m. Now I'm a busy student. Actually, I'm well used to that, so I'm like, that's a lion. So 9 a.m. Again, beautiful space to run.
I've got a really good question that's just popped up.
Ooh, let's have a little look-see. Where's the nearest supermarket? That is amazing. We've also got another question after that. Where is the nearest supermarket? So in town centre, like I said, we are about 10 minutes away from town centre. In town centre we have a lot of supermarkets. We have Sainsbury's.
There's a Lidl.
That's a big Lidl.
Big Tesco.
Tesco. I don't think there's a Morrison's that's a bit further out.
Wilko's. There's a Wilko's.
There's a Wilko's as well,
yeah.
And all these are walking distance between each other as well, girls?
Yeah. And lots of other little sort of like one-stop kind of shops as well. So the town van, a little bit smaller kind of shops. But the main big supermarkets, I would say, Lidl, Iceland, about 10 minutes walk away, 15 minutes maybe from Pittville.
And if you don't fancy walking back up the hill with your shopping, there's the D-bus. The D-bus runs from town.
That's true.
And past the Pittville Student Village.
And with your student cards, you get that for £1.40. Just £1.40.
Yeah.
Okay, so Megan has asked a really nice question as well.
Yeah.
What made you want to go to Gloucestershire Uni over other unis?
Okay, do you want to go first, Zosie?
What's the go first?
I mentioned this in the other live video. For me, I looked at lots of unis. I went to open days, and it was all about the vibes for me, if that's not too hippie to say, I don't know. I had a good vibe when I came to Gloucestershire Uni of Gloucester. So green spaces, definitely a big sell, and the people. I would say it comes down to those two things, the environment and the people.
Yeah, for me, it was, I guess, the same kind of, you just get a vibe, you just walk in a place and you kind of know. But also it had everything you need with all the retail shops and all the supermarkets and everything like that. But at the same time, you get all the open spaces, like Zosie said, like all the parks that we've mentioned. But at the same time, it was, how much the lecturers seem to like really invest in their students and really get to know them. So, they really know you and they know your skills, and that means that they can really help work on your future plan. So yeah.
Yeah, for me personally as well, it was more, I wanted to go to a university where I could carry on pursuing, I guess, a career in rugby while studying. So I looked around all different universities, and I came across Gloucester University because the sports strength and conditioning course is one of the top in the country. So straight away I wanted to get involved in that, and obviously I was playing rugby league as well. And I enjoyed the fact that it was a small university. I'd say one of the benefits of that is you get to personally know your lecturers. I think that's a real good touch of this university, especially when you're looking for work opportunities during your studies and sort of vacancies after. So I think that's what I've really, definitely, that I've studied here for 3 years, and that's one thing I really appreciate is how well I know the lectures and the opportunities they've given me. But you've got to take them, you've got to say yes to them.
Yes.
Say yes to everything.
Say yes to everything and figure out how you're going to do it later was the advice I was always given. So,
to be fair, the lecturers are a really, really big part of my decision to come to uni. So when I came to my open day, on other open days I maybe saw a lecturer, in a distance who was talking to us or whatever, but on our open day I got to speak to my lecturer, Brian Panks. Big shout out to Brian Panks. He made me laugh so much as well. Do you know what I mean? That's what made me feel at home. Because not only was it really, exciting and inspiring what they were saying about the course, that was amazing. But it was that human touch. For me, it was that human touch that made me like, yes, this is the place I want to go to.
Yeah.
Oh, so
we had a couple more good questions coming. I just want to make sure we get through them.
Okay.
I love that. Okay, so Harry, he has asked, I'm going into my second year and living with my girlfriend and friend. How do you keep the cost down on bills?
Ooh, good question.
That's a good one.
Good question.
Sharing meals. If you can figure out a way to share meals, that's going to save you massively. If you can get your weekly shop down, your food shop, it's going to save you big time.
Also, if you have to pay for things like bills and stuff, don't keep your heating on, I guess, during the hours of the day that you're probably not going to be in. So you're going to be at uni, most of the day, in the middle of the day. So you don't really need it on for that time. That would save you a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, just touching on what the other two girls have mentioned as well, I think food cost is probably the biggest thing. So just consider where you're shopping. And I definitely invest in a slow cooker. That's definitely helped me over the years. Just pack it all in, and then you can get 3 or 4 meals out of that, so you just sort it for the day, and you don't have to stress. More time as well. More time to study.
I tended to make things, I guess, in bulk, so you get a couple of servings out of it, and so I just put it in a container and put it in the fridge or the freezer. And if you're busy a day at uni and you come home and you're shattered and you don't really want to make anything, it's a perfect opportunity to get something out, but you've also saved a little bit of money and you don't need a takeaway.
Yeah. What was the next question?
Also,
there's a couple more questions there.
Okay.
So what's a Wednesday sports night like?
Oh, it's a great night
Outstanding. Yeah.
It's a really good night out. With your student card, you get discounted entry to Moo Moo's, which is the club that's in Cheltenham.
Which is the main club.
The main club in Cheltenham.
We've also got Fever as well.
Fever's next door to it, which is free. But yeah, no, it's a great sports night out. Everyone from all different sports comes into the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And also you get joint socials and things like that, which means you get to bond with not only your club, but all the others.
Yeah, so just adding on to Jade, I think the main thing is just get involved in the society. Even if you're not interested in that sport, but your friend is, I believe that most societies still allow you to come to the socials, so you don't have to necessarily play the sport, but you can join them in the social night. And as I said, that's every Wednesday, and it's just a good community, just meeting up. And then, as you said, you have joint socials, so one night it could be the netball with the football team, or
fancy dress
night.
Fancy dress,
I know
that's
rugby
something.
to the Vikings night.
Yeah.
Bring your fancy dress when you move in.
And you don't have to be pros to get into these teams as well, by the way. Like, you can do it competitively if you want to, and it's something you've always done, or you can join as a social member, which means it can just be a bit of fun on the side of your studies. You don't have to do them.
We've got more questions. I really want to answer these ones. Okay, what's the best way to keep yourself involved while commuting?
Ooh, it's quite tricky, isn't it? So we have quite a lot of students who don't stay in halls of residence. They live locally. So what tips would you give to someone to make sure that they can get involved?
Yeah, I mean, I have had people on my course that have stayed at home and whilst studying. It's really, you just got to keep yourself involved. In terms,
It's what you
in
make
terms
it, yeah.
of joining societies. So for my first year, when I lived in halls, in all honesty, a lot of my social time, a lot of my friends were outside of those halls. So yes, I was going home, to those halls, but that wasn't where my main source of social was coming from. It was from other things. So join a society. So in Freshers Week, sign up, that's a really good way to keep yourself involved.
Yeah, just get yourself involved. It's not gonna stop you if you don't let it stop you. So.
Okay, I'll just mention where we are. So we have come into the main sort of building. It's like the facilities building of Pittville. So this is where all the facilities are. So we're going to give you a tour round and show you what it's like for students that live in these halls. So we're going to head straight to the laundry.
Whilst we're on the walk to the laundrette, I just want to say hi, Harry, and thanks for your question about how much your average week costs are. If you want to talk about rent costs, they're all different depending on what kind of accommodation you have, but our accommodation team are available all day today to speak to you. So at the end of this, we'll drop their number in the comments, Harry. You can give them a call, okay?
Also, weekly food shop, it varies massively.
Yes.
Like we were talking earlier, you can get that down by sharing meals with students,
100%,
with your housemates.
And also there's certain things that, if you bought stuff to go in the freezer, so freezer food, or if you bought things that go in tins, like beans and things like that, not all of that stuff needs to be replenished every week. So you'll save money on those things. Some weeks might be cheaper.
Okay, we are in the most exciting building of the room. I'm kidding. The laundry room. So this is where the students that live on campus will do their laundry. It's a card system. So you have a card, you load it up with credit, and then you use it to do your laundry.
And that's the same across all campuses, isn't it?
Yes.
With all of the
So it is £2.40. That's right.
£2.40,
Yeah, £2. Yeah, £2.40 for a wash. So yeah, so you can see here. So we're going to head around and we're going to have a look out.
Yep.
We're going to make sure there's no more questions.
I think it's worth mentioning there's another laundrette here as well. So
there's
two rooms.
plenty of washing machines.
Plenty of washing machines.
You just love it.
Don't worry about that.
Love it. I love them.
You love it.
So along this side we've also got showers and stuff like that, and we have a gym that we'll show you in a minute. So if you've been to the gym, you can also shower here.
Nice. So walking back out into the main reception area.
Section.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the faith space. So this is a really beautiful area. It's an area of all faith and no faith as well. So it's basically an area that you can come for calm. It's an area that you can come for services. So if you practice your religion, there's going to be services that are that run throughout here. There's a prayer room. Again, anyone can use that, and there's events that are held in here. So I know that something that I've done on Park campus, there's a faith space in every campus, and something that I've done on the faith space in the Park campus is morning mindfulness and meditation. So I'm not going to lie.
For the day.
Yeah, you can get a little bit stressed out in your, when exams come along. So if you need that time to just chill out before lectures, it's worth it. Do it.
Yeah.
So this is just a really lovely space. So there's a chaplain as well, based on each campus, and they are just another point of student support, which has really helped me. So in my first few weeks moving here, I was quite homesick, I'm not going to lie, and the faith space on Park campus was one of the spaces that I really love to go to, because I was able to talk to people and I was able to talk to that chaplain and just have that sort of extra bit of pastoral support. So this is the kitchen. This is an area that can be used by students on here. It's an area that's used again for those sort of events that are run here, like I said. So we have lunches, free lunches that are held. And here, yes. Free lunches and things like that, so that's where they would be. Washing facilities, some religions require you to wash before prayer, so those facilities are provided.
Now we'll take you over to the gym section.
To the gym.
I have to open with my keys. This is probably your area.
This is my area, yeah. And look at this outstanding gym.
So this is it's only £20 for the entire year, just £20, and exclusively for the Pittville students. So
definitely make full use of this. If fitness is something that you've always kind of done and you want to continue at uni, then it's a great space. But also, if you've never really done that kind of stuff before and it's something you want to start at uni, keeping fit, such a great space to use for only £20 a year.
Joe, what are your top tips for staying fit at uni?
Top tips for staying fit at uni, I would say get some high intensity workout in 3 times a week. Quick 10-15 minutes, high intensity, flat out, bit of Tabata maybe, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You can fit it in, obviously around university. Don't get me wrong, going for a nice long jog is good, but obviously jogging for like 45 minutes to an hour, you might find that hard to fit in with university, so definitely just come in here, quick 20 minutes, and you're done. And as I said as well, I know some of you were on about saving some money. Well, you can't beat this, can you? A beautiful, outstanding gym. And no, not £20 a month, £20 for the year, guys. Outstanding. So you can get lean, £20 a year.
You've got advice from Coach Joe.
Coach Joe.
So let's have a look at the refectory. But before we get to the refectory, I just want to point out that we have an Amazon locker here. So lots of students here, obviously you're going to get lots of deliveries. This is something that is really, really useful for students. So you just get, I don't know how an Amazon locker works, but you'll get a code when it comes in and you can just pick it up any time that suits you. So you don't have to worry about rushing back from a lecture or anything like that.
Shout out to Alice Hall who says, hello Jade!
Oh, hi Alice! Oh, lovely. So this is the refectory?
Yes, so the refectory serves a mix of hot and cold food, so you get your hot food plus sandwiches and salads and stuff like that all week, open until, but you can get coffees here as well. Another thing to note is that when you've got music on in here, you can request your songs with an app, so you've only got to sit in here, tap, play with the app, and you can get it into the track. Uni, I was just
going to say something that's really nice as a uni, as a sort of commitment to sustainability. We've gone cupless, so we no longer sort of give paper cups, plastic cups for free. If you need one, you have to pay for it. What we really want is you to bring along china mugs, all those sort of travel mugs that you can reuse, water bottles, which I think is really, really great. Yeah.
Smells nice here as well.
The food.
I know.
It's lunchtime, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah. So where are we going next, guys?
We are heading towards the study.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll take you upstairs to more great facility. The SU, yes.
It's also worth mentioning as well, I know we had some people yesterday that were watching that were worried about sort of diet. I don't know if that was mentioned when we were in there, but the all refectories will cater for any kind of diet. So gluten-free, vegan, you're going to be looked after. So this is the SU, so loads of cool stuff happens here. It is non-term time, so things will be a little bit sort of upside down in terms of
literally, that chair is upside down.
Upside down.
Nice soft pillows over there.
So just like every campus, this will hold quiz nights, karaoke nights, things like that. We've also got these great beanbags that you can lie on, and pool tables, and just
TVs.
a great chill out space, isn't it?
That's true. Got a nice
This way.
view as well.
It's
Got
open
TVs
during
on
the
there.
day as well, so it's not just a...
Very nice.
This is one of the most amazing spaces. I absolutely love it. So every campus has an SU, and there's a lot of sort of cross collaboration between campuses. So events that are held at FCH or Park or whatever, the students will come and go. But this is one of the areas that I absolutely love on this campus because it is such a vibrant area.
And also quote of the year on there.
Look at that.
Quote of the year.
Oh, I needed that during my third year. Amazing, yeah. So beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Head back out.
Do you guys use the SU bars much?
Yes, especially in your first few weeks for me. So it's a really, really good way to get involved. I can't remember who was it that mentioned James. If you want to keep involved, using spaces like that, so using the SU is a really, really good way to make sure that you stay in the loop, as it were. You can still continue to meet people. And
a lot of the freshers events also start and sometimes finish in the bars as well, so that's a good thing to remember too.
Okay, the study suite.
I love this room.
An amazing room. It's got such good vibes, and when you are trying to study for... Sorry, someone's busy studying. So when you're trying to study for deadlines, it's so important to have a good space to study in. In fact, the student accommodation that we're about to show you, it does have desks, so you can work in private if that's how you work. Yeah. But for me, I really need to get a buzz, and I also get distracted kind of easily. So being in here is sort of like, I found a space, I'm going to come and I'm going to work.
Free Wi-Fi in here.
Look at these spaces, they're so awesome.
You also, if you get sick of studying in your room and you just want a more kind of communal area to study, then something like this is perfect.
When your housemate's being loud.
When your housemates are being loud, which probably will happen.
Power sockets as well for laptops, so you don't have to worry about charging it up.
We have free Wi-Fi on all of our campuses and in all of our accommodations, so it doesn't cost you a penny to get on the internet, to do your research, etc.
Outstanding.
And a printer as well.
We have a printer in the corner.
Right, so I reckon we should come and show you the accommodation. I love the art. I don't know if you can see it in the live stream, but...
Also, for those of you that were watching yesterday, you may notice that we're missing a member. Hi, Connor. He is in the call centre for you guys that may want a place at the uni. So if you do and you want to speak to a member of our team, then you can call us on 0330 432 414, or there's a live chat on gloss.ac.uk as well.
So not only could you come join us at Team Gloss and get on your dream course, you can have a chat with Connor. The Connor of the University of Gloucestershire. So get on those phones now and
Say hi to Connor.
Hi, Connor.
That will not be a dull conversation.
No.
I think it's worth mentioning as well, there's literally a bus stop just outside you as well. And I know for a fact that it takes you into Cheltenham town at night time, so if you are worried how you're going to get into Cheltenham for a student night, well, don't worry, there's a bus directly for that. So.
Can I also give a shout out to James Conlon that's watching? So I know James Conlon was part of the student patrol. So the student patrol look out for students on student nights. So they will make sure that students are getting on the bus okay. They make sure they know what times they can come back. So safety, community is really, really important to us here. We want to make sure that everyone gets back safe on student nights. So people like James are there to make sure that we all do that.
Thanks, James.
I think it's worth mentioning as well, I believe James had his security qualifications paid for him from the university.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It worked towards his volunteering work. Something we're going to speak about later, one of our other videos, is the future plan. And basically the future plan is where you can go and they help you provide extra work opportunities, volunteering and stuff. And we have our own sort of, I guess, courses through the future plan. So you have your bronze, silver and gold, which is quite similar to a Duke of Edinburgh award, but we have our very own one with the future plan team. And James was doing that, and the volunteering hours that he was doing, as Josie was mentioning, worked out towards that. And also you had some free courses, courses that was paid for him. So I think that's what
They support you up to 3 years after you graduate as well, which is great. Still getting jobs and placements and stuff. You're not on your own as soon as you leave.
So I'm just going to stop and mention quickly, this is a multi-use games pitch. So it's, as you can see, there's some netball or basketball hoops, but also you could use it for football and things like that. So this is a vibrant space that is used quite a lot during term time. Obviously, no students here now, but during term time there will be.
Also mention, for those of you that want to bring bikes, and would encourage more of you to do that, there's bike sheds right there. And there's also more as we come through into the gated part of the student village.
So gated, again, it's just another shout out to to safety, you know, because I care about it.
So many shout outs today. So many shout outs.
No, I think, you know, it's really important when you are moving home, you're leaving home. It can be kind of scary, the idea of, you know, living by yourself. So knowing that you're like physically safe, that's, you know, really important. It was important to me anyway. So a gated kind of community, only students can come in here. It's beautiful. Look
so
at
we're
that.
walking into the centre of the accommodation now. There is a range of accommodation on here, so I think there's about 800 students, isn't
Yep.
it?
800,
So
yep.
you can get a range of townhouses that have shared bathrooms, but there's also en suites and there's also studio apartments here as well. We're going to show you one of the townhouses.
I think it's worth mentioning, if it is shared bathrooms, it will literally be one bathroom between two people.
Yes.
So don't worry, it's not
In
like...
the ones that we're going to look at today.
Yes.
So in the townhouses, we're going to have a little look, and you're going to see that. Well, you're going to see. It's going to be
You're
amazing.
gonna see, I know.
So the Pittville Student Village opened in September last
2017?
year, 2017,
Which
so
means
it's still
there's
brand
only been
spanking
It
new.
is. Well,
one
we'll see
batch
now.
of students that have lived in these, so it's basically brand new.
They are lovely.
I'm super jealous. Super jealous.
Yes.
Yep.
I want to live here.
Oh, it's a full.
So we'll start in the kitchen.
Yes. So let's...
Okay, so as you can see, this is absolutely huge. There is so much space. We've got a kitchen area, we've got 2 cookers that you can use, and 2 sinks as well.
Yeah.
So no excuse for piles of dirty
Lots
washing up.
of fridge space also. So if you're in this townhouse, then there'll be 12 of you in this block. But there is still plenty of fridge space for all of you.
And the TV as well, so you can just chill out on the couch.
Yeah, so social, kitchen space and a social space as well. So that's something that not all halls offer, and that's something that's amazing about these halls, that you have that kitchen space, but you also have an area that you can chill out with your friends and watch TV as well.
Flat
which is
screen
really amazing.
TV. Outstanding.
What were you watching on the TV
Oh gosh.
in your shared house?
I'll tell you one thing that was always on actually, Jeremy Kyle was always on.
Yeah, Jeremy Kyle, Deal or No Deal. I
Classic
think that's got to be.
TV.
And guys, as I know Josie mentioned it, but obviously there's 2 cookers, so there'll be no arguing, quarrelling. So
No arguing, we like that.
That's a Joe
Oh,
guarantee.
We also
Downstairs
have
toilet.
a downstairs toilet as well, so when you are in the shared space, you don't have to go upstairs to your rooms to use the loo.
Woo, thumbs up for
How many floors are in this building?
So we've got 3 floors in this building, each with 4 rooms. But as Joe mentioned earlier, you only have to share your bathroom with one other person. So in these 4 rooms, there's 2 bathrooms. Just tell you what's on.
Yes.
Okay.
So come on in, have a little look around. It's amazing.
So much space in here, isn't
I
there?
love it. Yeah, I love it.
Hangers as well.
I absolutely love it.
It's not quite a double bed, but it's bigger
It's definitely
Bigger
bigger
than a
than
single bed, which
Yes.
is great.
The 3/4 bed they call it?
Yeah,
For someone that mentioned about the cupboard space yesterday,
Cupboard space.
very important.
Don't make me go in it again.
We didn't make you go in it, Zosie. You got in
made
it.
me.
shelves and cupboard space,
Oh.
lots of room,
And hangers as well.
and hangers, some golden hangers.
Like I said, desk space as well. So if you want to study in private, if you need really just get your head down, no distractions, then this might be the place for you to do it.
Yeah.
I'll show you the bathroom as well. Yeah.
So you'll have a key to get into your room and the block, so no one else can get in.
Look at that nice bathroom. Step in the way. It's obviously shower, toilet, and as you can see a very nice, beautiful mirror.
Well, you
So I
get
can
to see. There you go.
do my hair in the morning, so very nice, yeah.
And that's one bathroom between 2 people.
Yep.
So in this flat we've got 2
So
bedrooms
those 2 rooms will share this one
and 2 bathrooms.
and 2 there.
2 bedrooms.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What do you think of the rooms, guys?
Oh, I really like them.
Very nice.
Very, very nice indeed.
I just like the fact there's 2 stores, so I can I can cook while somebody else is cooking. That's what I like.
That's
And the TV.
You should have like a cook-off, you know?
Yeah, cook off, guys.
Yeah. That sounds like so much fun. Okay, so we're heading back out.
So that was the townhouse. So if you do need any help with accommodation, maybe you're going to join us through clearing, but you haven't found a place to stay yet, give the accommodation team a call, and we can make sure that you have accommodation for when you come here.
There we go. So when you do come through clearing and you put us as your firm choice, we are guaranteeing everyone accommodation, aren't we? I think yes. So you are guaranteeing your firm choice through clearing. Guaranteed accommodation. So I love this.
Okay, so guys, that's it from us. We've shown you Pittville. We are live again at 4 p.m. in Gloucester Cathedral. So come join us for that. We're going to be answering questions about student life. So make sure you come with questions in mind. If there's something you really want to know, what's it actually going to be like when you come here, and drop us.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the content, thumbs up for us.
See you guys at 4.
Bye guys.
Bye.